guys, here's my view. So beautiful. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my coming out story. The reason I want to make this video is because I remember I would always come to YouTube for advice when I wanted to come out. I just remember it was a good outlet for me to come to, so I just want to be able to do the same and hopefully give back to someone that needs it. And I also just want to be able to help give straight people and other people a different perspective from what they imagine or see when you come out, and just know that it's not a choice. A lot of people think that being gay is a choice and that we just wake up and choose, oh, you know what, I think I'm gonna be gay today, and it does not work like that. Hopefully this video helps y'all understand a little better. Like I said, I hope it gives some other people some advice and comfort. Also, I do want you to know that it does get better. Just keep your head up and stay strong. Recently I did a podcast with my friend. Her name is Viv, and it's called How to Live with Viv. It's just a really good podcast, just talking about navigating through your 20s and just dealing with everyday struggles that we face. You should really check it out. I'll leave the link in the description below. I think it's important to start way back when I was a younger kid. There was always signs that I was gay, but my family members knew. And I remember they would always just give me a hard time about it because I always had like a lot of girlfriends. I liked playing with Barbies. Gay! I think like looking back, they weren't too sure if it was because I was just a kid or because I was a gay kid, but it turned out it's the second one. I just want to say that because I feel like it's important for later down the road. I really realized in middle school, about 7th grade maybe, somewhere in middle school, because I remember just having different thoughts that my guy friends didn't have, kind of the same thoughts that my girlfriends had, but I wasn't too sure, and I knew that that was, you know, wrong at the time. That's what I was always taught, especially growing up. It really did scare me, and I always just try to avoid it as much as possible. I would pray about it all the time. You know, I would just always cry myself to sleep because I hated these thoughts and I knew I shouldn't be having them. I tried everything I could to get rid of them, but they would never go away. So I finally just had to accept it, but it took me a long time. It took to the point where I honestly couldn't even look myself in the mirror, and I was just feeling so depressed. I remember I just didn't want to be here anymore. It was a hard thing that I had to do by myself because nobody else knew about it. After a while, it definitely can take a toll on you. I think since I was always taught that it was wrong, I really just started struggling with my religion and just believing. It made me question God because I just always thought, like, if he's real, he would take these thoughts away. Like, I'm gonna go to hell for something that I can't even help. And I just remembered that thought just always scared me so much. It just made me so mad that I was having these feelings and these thoughts and they weren't going away. I would just pray every day, all the time. I would even cry myself to sleep because, like I said, I was just afraid that I was gonna go to hell, and I couldn't even help feeling the way I felt. What I would do to feel better about myself and just to escape the reality of living a lie, I would always turn to YouTube. I remember just going online to like, Omegle and stuff like that, and Instagram, and meeting other people online that felt the same way as me. Thankfully, I met some amazing friends by doing that I like kept up with for a few years, but they really did help me, and just being online helped me because it made me realize I wasn't the only one struggling with this, that there were other people feeling the same way I did and hiding that feeling. And so it just gave me a lot of confidence to just be myself and finally accept who I was, and just know that it was normal and that I wasn't alone. Finally, after middle school, after dealing with that for a few years, I finally was able to accept myself and just realize that I shouldn't be dating girls anymore because that's not what I like, and that I should just really just try to find myself and build the confidence to come out to people and come out to my friends and my family. I think it was my freshman year, maybe a little bit after. Me and my friends were chilling in my garage talking about our deepest secrets. I was so ready to come out. I was like, okay, this is the moment, I'm gonna do it. So after just going back and forth, I finally was like, I just want to be honest and tell y'all one of my deepest secrets is that
I'm bi.
What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I think when you're first coming out, it's always so much easier to just say you're bi, so people just don't think that bad of it. Although that's not the reality of it, but it's easier for us to just come out as bi. I don't know, it's not the same for everybody, but for me, they were just both like, honestly, I kind of figured, but I wasn't too sure, you know, but they were just happy that I told them and happy that they knew. And I was just so happy that someone finally knew and that they accepted me and didn't judge me. And so after that, we became like even more close than ever. Eventually, I ended up becoming good friends with this other girl that I would hang out with all the time. And I wasn't too sure if I was like leading her on somewhere or if, you know, we were just really good friends. So before it got to that point, I just finally was honest with her. We would hang out at the park all the time and just hang out in her car. I wanted to tell her, but I was too scared, so I wrote it down on my notes, and like I just explained that I was gay and, you know, all this stuff. Being in the car that day, I was super quiet. I knew she knew something was wrong with me and I was just shaking. I finally was like, I need to tell you something. I couldn't even say it out loud because I was so scared, but I remember handing her my phone and she just read it. She was just like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, thank you for telling me. She was just like, I don't judge you. And we did have a talk about religion because she grew up pretty religious. She believed that I was born this way and I couldn't help it. That brought us even closer as well. I just felt so free because 3 people knew about the secret that I was always hiding, and it was just such an amazing feeling. And although I was super happy that these people knew, deep down inside I was still really upset that my family didn't know. I still had to hide it. One night I was just having a mental breakdown. I was just so upset. I really wanted to do something bad that night. I couldn't get it off my mind, so I just reached out to my brother and I was like, I need to talk to you about something. And he came down to my room and I told him. It went very good. He was very accepting, but he was really concerned about my safety and what people would think about me or how people would treat me. He expressed how he felt about that. He was just pretty much like, I'm your brother no matter what. I'm always gonna protect you. He gave me some advice that I shouldn't come out until after high school because he didn't want people to, you know, treat me any different, or I guess, you know, just he was worried about that kind of stuff. But I honestly couldn't hold it. I was just like, yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Just giving you a heads up. He finally knew and I was just so happy. Like, that moment took off 100 pounds. Well, more like 50 because I still had on my shoulders, but it took a lot of weight off of my shoulders and I finally felt happier. I was just, you know, ready to tell some other people. But before I could even do that, I had met this guy that I talked to at the time and I just got super comfortable. I remember posting a picture of us on Instagram. My brother's girlfriend at the time, I guess she like saw the picture that I posted, so she clicked on his profile and went to his Instagram, and in the bio it said something about being gay. I don't exactly remember what it said, but she told my brother that I was with this guy, and my brother called me freaking out, like so pissed. Why are you with this guy? You know how we feel about gay people, this and that. And I was like, I know how you feel about gay people. That's just my friend. It's not a big deal. The next day he came up to talk to me and he was still so pissed about that. And he was like, why are you hanging out with him? Like, is he gay? This and that. He was just like going at it. He just kept repeating like, oh, this guy's gay, gay, gay. And finally I got so sick of it. I was like, well, you better get used to it because I'm gay too. And he was like, what did you say to me? And I was like, yeah, I'm gay too, like, get used to it. He was just like, I can't believe this.
Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
You have to tell mom. And I was like, honestly, I'm not ready to tell her, but I will tell her when I'm ready. And he was like, okay, but it needs to be soon. And I was just like, can you please respect the fact that I'm not ready, and when I do tell her, I'll tell her, and I don't want it to come from you. And he was just like, pretty much he said yeah. But then he fucking lied, because within 10 minutes my mom called and she was like, I'm on my way home, we need to talk. God damn. I already knew what that talk was gonna be about. I was mentally prepared. I was so scared, but I was ready for that conversation. And she got to the house, she was just like, is it true? I was just quiet, and she was like, is it true that he's gay? And I was like, yes, he's gay. And then she was like, are you gay? I just said, yeah, I am. She just started crying, and she started crying and she was like, I can't believe this. And she walked out the room and she left the house. And I just remember I felt like complete shit. I felt like I was about to lose my family. I just felt ashamed of myself. Just so many negative emotions that went through my head at the time, and After that, me and my mom just kept fighting. She took my phone away. She wanted to go through my phone and I wouldn't give her my messages. And so we just kept fighting. I finally just left the house. She ended up calling me and she was like, "Vincent, you need to come home. You've been gone for too long and we need to talk." I went back to the house and tell me why. You know those Mormon people that go around different blocks and like knock on the door? Well, they came over and I guess she was just so desperate at the time for help or advice. She asked them to come in and she told them about what was going on. And so she told me that I needed to come home so we can talk. And when I got to the house, there was like 3 of them in the house and I was so pissed. First of all, I was like, I'm not even Mormon. Second of all, why are you doing this? Like, we haven't been to church in so long and all of a sudden you want to bring these people in my house. And then they asked me to watch this video and like read these verses out of their Bible. I'm not gonna lie, at the time I was so pissed. I was disrespectful. I wouldn't do it. I was like, I don't care about this video. They finally left and we just got in this big fight, and I guess she thought I was maybe gonna like run away or just do something dumb. So she called my aunt and asked if I could stay with her. My aunt agreed and she picked me up. And my aunt is like really religious, right? She was just like, "You can stay here for the night and we'll talk in the morning, you know, get some rest." She woke me up early that morning and she asked if we could just go outside and talk. And when we went out to the patio, there was a Bible on the desk and she was just like, "I want to pray and like read over this Bible." And she just pretty much told me that I was fighting these demons that were inside of me and I needed to go to church and just pray about it. But little did she know I've been praying about it for years and fighting this feeling.
All my life I had to fight.
I remember her telling me, looking me in the eyes and telling me, "I just want you to understand, if you choose this lifestyle, you're gonna go to hell for eternity. No one can save you." That pissed me off so bad, and it also just hurt so bad to hear someone say that, especially a family member that you loved. You know, I was just pretty quiet. My dad ended up calling her and was like, let me just say, my mom and dad aren't together anymore. So my dad drove from a different town to come. So when she told me that he was coming, I was honestly so scared. I was so nervous. I ended up just getting my stuff and my dad pulled up. When I got in the car, we pulled up to the park and he was just like, "So obviously, you know, I'm here, you know, let's just get straight into it." He was just like, "Tell me what's going on." And so I talked to him and then he pretty much was just, I think he got kind of emotional. I can't really remember. He was just like, "I just want to say I'm sorry I was never there for you. I let you down. And I just want to let you know that I love you and I accept you for who you are. You know, I'll never judge you." And he was just being like very accepting and positive about the situation. And he was just like, "You're always welcome to bring anyone around that you're seeing." And he just like gave me advice to go home and try to fix it with my family and just talk to them. And he even offered me his place to stay if I needed it. And that meant so much to me at the time. It just threw me off because I expected my mom to have that reaction and my dad to have her reaction, and it was opposite. I ended up going home and I've talked about it with my mom, my stepdad, and I pretty much just told them that I pretty much just explained to them how long I've struggled with it and that this was who I am, and if they didn't like it, I could leave and they wouldn't be in my life, or they can accept it and accept me. My mom said that those words changed her mentality right away and it made her realize how true that was. It wasn't just like automatically switch, but she did say that she took the time to educate herself about it and just watch YouTube videos and read about it, and slowly but surely it changed her and the way she thought about it. Now me and my mom are as close as ever. I'm still close with my stepdad. I'm even real close with my brothers now. I feel like over time, it took him a long time, but he's finally accepted me for who I am. While all that was going on, my friends ended up finding out from my other friends that I told, so they came over to my house and they pretty much just were like, "We want to talk to you." And we went driving around and they were just like, "We heard what's going on and we just want to let you know that we love you and accept you for who you are. You should have never had to struggle with that by yourself." That meant a lot to me. Before I even came out, I started pushing them away because I was scared of how they were going to react, if they were going to accept me. I didn't want them to push me away because of me being gay, so I pushed them away away instead, and they were not with that at all. They accepted me for who I was. They helped me get through a lot of things, and now me and my friends are still to this day very close. I grew up with them, so it meant a lot that they were able to just accept me and I'm able to be myself around them and just be open with them. Once I went back to school, mainly like everybody knew, and nobody treated me different. No one in sports treated me different, no coaches, no teachers. So it got a lot better, and it went a lot better than I expected. And I'm just so happy that I was able to be myself throughout high school and just have support and friends and people that love me for me. And yeah, that's my coming out story. It definitely made me a stronger person, and it really did put me and my family through a tough patch that in the end made us stronger. I'm thankful for that at the end of the day. I know some people don't have it as lucky as I did. A lot of people get disowned from their families, or they get kicked out. Some people even get killed just for being gay, and it's honestly so sad. So I'm thankful that I was able to have these people that were able to, with time, accept me and become more open-minded towards the fact. What I want y'all to take from this, especially if you're struggling with it right now and you're scared to come out, it does get better in the end. Just take your time with it, don't rush it. Find yourself, be fully aware that you are gay, and just know it gets better, and find your support, your friends that are gonna accept you for you. Just always keep your head up and stay strong. And if you're a parent watching this that has a gay son or daughter or anything like that, and you don't know what to do, or you're struggling with it, just please take the time to educate yourself and love your child for who they are. And if you have a friend that you think is gay, please don't force them out of the closet. Just let them come out when they're ready. Don't try to force that. That's one of the worst things you could do. It is good to let them know that you accept that and that you wouldn't judge them. Don't try to force someone out of the closet. It only like pushes them away from you even more. But thank y'all so much for watching, guys. Like I said, that was my coming out story. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just by doing those, it really helps my channel out a lot. Please let me know what you think about my coming out story in the comments below. If you have any questions that I didn't answer in the video that you're curious about, just leave in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer that. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. That's also in the description below. And yeah, thank y'all guys. Have a good night.